Hello everybody. Now, I know you've seen my content before. It's all these sweet animals. They're so cute, they're so chill. They're probably your pet, yada yada, all that stuff. But right now, I'm going to be talking about foxes. And I'm actually a little disappointed in them. I'm sure half of you have thought once before in your life, foxes are so cool, they're so mischievous, what sly bastards. I want that as a pet. Or, that's so me. I know one of you felt it before. And not gonna lie, I felt that too. But all that cool stuff you hear about foxes is all a lie. Now, hear me out. I still think foxes are pretty cute, but the foxes I've dreamt of having aren't real, and you should know that too. Foxes are shown as sly, cocky, and sometimes loyal. Take Nick Wilde from Zootopia as an example. But media has made foxes a whole new animal and called it fact. And that's not fact at all. So let's break down what is so different between media foxes and real-life foxes. Now, let's talk a bit about the stereotypes. I'll use Nick Wilde as reference right now since I'm sure when you think cartoon fox, he's the first character you think of. But I'll add another fox in a bit. So, Nick is shown to be kind of a bad guy. He's a salesman that sells things he gets by tricks and schemes. A true con man, confident in his work, but only when he knows for certain he's not in danger. A sly fox indeed. But with him being a con man and all, he talks a lot. Did you know that foxes don't talk a lot? Well, I mean, they talk a lot, but did you know that they're actually very shy creatures? Foxes aren't known to make or break friendships. They'll just stay away from any kinds of connections at all. In media, they make foxes seem very smart and clever and so confident in themselves because they know they're right. In reality, foxes are just as smart as they need to be to survive. Not smart enough to live comfortably and cozy and nice and stuff. Just smart enough to survive. In some other parts in media, they make foxes seem very loyal and love friendship and family. They value that stuff. And that's the kind of fox you would want. But I've only really seen it in like one movie. I don't remember the movie, but I'll put a picture up somewhere when I find it. But in real life, foxes, well, you'll never see them in a big pack. Sure, they'll be around family and maybe a couple of friends, but they won't stay in that group unless they have to stay in the group. Either because they're too weak to get themselves food, or they need shelter that they just can't find. They will only stick together if they have to. Foxes, like I said earlier, are very shy animals, so they won't try to stay connected to anyone unless they have to stay connected. They won't start any beef with anyone and would usually just walk away from humans. They're not going to start a commotion unless provoked, like another animal is trying to go in their garbage or something. And so now, what are we going to do about foxes being pets? Everyone would want a fox as a pet. I mean, I'm not sure if you would want one now after you realize that their personality is completely different. But I did want to go into more detail about it and talk more about how it'd be to have a fox as a pet, even still. But we just don't have time. I'm very off schedule. I was supposed to make this video and post it yesterday, but I was just so off schedule that I didn't. So stay tuned for next week's video where I talk about how to take care of foxes and how they are as pets. If you're, interested in still getting a fox as a pet. It will kind of be like a part 2, but you don't have to watch this video, honestly. This is more just a rant. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, like, or all that stuff. And I will see you all next week. Have a good day, and that's all from me.